welcome back to another ep no spoiler review episode spoiler review of the Councilmen. We'll be talking about Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Like I said, this will be a spoiler discussion, and also as this put there on the video somewhere on the right side, left side, right side, yeah, left side.
What?
The thing next to Eric.
Oh, this thing. No, the right side of the video, left side of the video.
Yeah, left side of the video. So yeah, this will be a spoiler discussion for that. So if you haven't watched it, go ahead and watch the movie first, or watch our latest episode where we did a non-spoiler review for it. So yeah. So I guess let's just start with the discussion now, the spoiler talk for it. All right. So
Yes.
Yeah.
Albert, your name starts with an A. Why don't you start first?
Okay. I like this film a lot. Similar as I said in my non-spoiler review, I still think I like the original Black Panther more because I do it's just kind of special to me. But I think this film, with all the circumstances around it, and like we know, Chadwick Boseman's passing was like the big thing, and everyone was skeptical of like, oh, what are they gonna do? And I think Ryan Coogler and the team, everyone else, the cast, the writers, everyone involved did a fantastic job with what they had to do. And we're not. It is impossible to talk about this film without addressing that fact that Chadwick Boseman isn't with us anymore. But nevertheless, I think they managed to take care of the story with it reflects real life reflects the fictional world of the Marvel, and how we're grieving Chadwick Boseman, they're grieving T'Challa, the loss of the king, and I think just the whole journey of the story, the character journey mainly for Shuri, of course with Ramonda as well, but mainly for Shuri and how she explores griefs in this film was probably I don't want to say it's the strongest part, but it is like the heart and soul of the film. And they tackle that really, really well. And yeah, I think overall, like, just the whole film is great. Tenoch Huerta as Namor is fantastic. I think he is. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, yeah, he's top tier MCU villain. He's really good with just like the portrayal of his character, the character's writing, the backstory, everything was really good. What is it? What's her name? Queen Ramonda, Angela Bassett's performance, incredible. Especially the scene in the UN. She's great in that scene. And the scene in front of the Ney Guerrera against Okoye after Okoye lost. I'm jumping around, by the way. After Okoye lost Shuri, the scene where she's like, I am the queen of the most powerful nation in the world, and my whole family is gone. And what did she say? It's like
I forgot what she
expect
said. There was a crying
she's
baby
like,
in that scene.
it's in the trailer. It's like, have I not given everything? Yeah, I
Yeah,
think that's what
yeah.
she said. And that was like
Mhm.
such a powerful moment, especially because she brings back the Killmonger stuff from the first film too, which is true because she sides with Killmonger. But yeah, I mean, this whole film is great. I know we're gonna revisit everything else, but yeah, I'm just gonna stop with that for now, and we'll jump around.
Okay. I like how how what's the name, Namor character. He lost in the fight, but he didn't lose in the the bigger picture. I guess he still got something out of it.
Oh
Mm,
yeah.
Yeah,
that's true.
a sign of a great villain, that's for sure. In this one, yeah. Was he always like portrayed as a villain type in the comics? I thought he's more of a hero. I thought.
Nope. He's always an
No? Oh,
anti-hero.
okay.
He's always an
Ah.
anti-hero, and honestly, in the comic, he is worse in terms of they tone down his arrogance, they tone down his anger, they tone down, they basically dial down his whole character, which makes it work better for this film because even though it's not faithful to the comics, it works as this like king of the kingdom that he sort of have to protect. But in the comics, he's like super brash, super arrogant, super um, quick tempered. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's they dial
Mm.
him down a lot.
they gotta make him likable somehow, since he's going to be in the future MCU stuff, you know.
Fair.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what else is there? Riri Williams in there. Mm, She's okay, I guess, right? Do you guys like Riri Williams? Like in the in this movie?
Mm, arguably, she's one of the weaker characters that to have appeared.
I
But
guess so, right?
that's because like most people in there are actually pretty strong characters. She's kind of like she's kind of like oversaturated or something, you know, like well,
Yeah.
the only one weaker than her is like Ross, but he's like, barely a side character. He's just
At least
kind of
Ross
just there.
has the connections, I guess, to make him
Yeah,
very
you still
a
Someone
lot more useful.
someone in my theater, I'm pretty sure it's as a joke. I'm hoping it's as a joke. When Everett Ross first appears on screen, someone in my theater is like, "Yeah!" Start clapping.
yeah.
I'm like, oh my god.
Right, because he was like one of the only few like
I think it's the
white people
only
in
like
the
There is,
white
if you
person there.
if you
yeah
open Black Panther Wakanda Forever poster, there are character posters, right? And then like
yeah.
there's
Yeah.
like Namor, there's a Shuri poster, there's a Ramonda poster, and then there's an Everett Ross poster, and it's so jarring because it's just Martin Freeman,
North the
the,
Dreamin'.
the only white character that have a poster.
Arguably everyone looks badass, and then there's just the Hobbit.
Him.
Watson. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Watson.
Right, that's his name, Watson. I only know him as what's his name? Yeah, I just keep calling him the Hobbit this whole time.
Well, Watson is from Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, Sherlock.
Bilbo is from he plays Bilbo.
Schlock. Oh, Kelvin got it all wrong.
Yeah.
I thought they're all the same.
Kelvin's brain is malfunctioning right now.
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I just thought the Black Panther as a whole, yeah, it's a good throughout, but there isn't any like too much outstanding moment, but there isn't a bad moment either. So I think overall Black Panther is good. The characters are great.
Yeah.
Um, what I find kind of interesting is that the top three like this phase of MCU movies right now, I think we can all agree it's No Way Home, Shang-Chi, and Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, right? Right?
Yeah,
Movies
In
for the
terms of
movies.
movies, yeah, I would say so.
Yeah,
yeah, for the
right.
movies. Well,
Two out of
they're the
those
same
three.
phase, right? Yeah, they are
Hmm?
the
Yeah, the
same
same
phase.
phase. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
This is the
Two
last film
out
of
of.
Phase 4.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's
The
neat.
Quantum Mania is the first film of Phase 5.
Two out of those three, the main character loses a bunch of family members. I don't know. I just find it kind of like,
Wow.
interesting. Yeah.
We love grieving and
We
emotional
love
damage.
grief.
Yeah, I mean all of them. Yeah, this phase is the phase of grieving, dude.
I guess so. Yeah.
Thor lost Jane, obviously, and well, I guess
But he
he did lots
reunited
of
with
stuff in Ragnarok. Yeah. Um,
he
uh,
reunited with his hammer. I guess,
Spider-Man,
kinda.
Spider-Man pretty much lost everyone.
What
And
did
obviously
Strange lost? He
Aunt
lost
May.
nothing. He got an eye.
Wanda lost a lot of stuff.
Oh, who cares about
Uh,
Wanda? No, she's just being kidding. That's true. Yeah, Wanda lost a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what did Strange lost? He didn't.
Nothing. He
He
gained an
he
eye. The
gained an
other way
eye.
around. He gained an eye.
he.
He lost the title of Sorcerer Supreme.
But he gained an eye.
But he
My
got an
only
eye,
argument.
Albert. An
My
extra
only
eye.
argument.
He can see more now.
Black Widow lost her life in a different film.
Yep. Long before.
But anyway, going back to this thing and to answer, and I think we should probably go like story beat by story beat. But to answer Calvin's
I guess so,
question
yeah.
real quick about Riri Williams, I think Dominic Thorne, who played Riri Williams, I think did a good job. I'm excited to see what the show is gonna be, how she's gonna be on the show, and obviously at the end of this film, she had to return the Iron Heart suit or whatever she's calling it.
Yeah.
But has to
Mhm.
return that because it belongs to Wakanda, right? The vibranium cannot go outside. So obviously in the show, we're gonna see her craft it again. So it's gonna be fun. But I thought she did a good job. I think her story Probably one of the weaker ones because she is very similar to Shuri. She's like just the tech genius, the young black girl who's
Young,
like smart.
yeah,
Basically,
basically.
Shuri,
It's
but not
very
Wakanda.
Yeah,
in
it's
a
Shuri,
way
but
Basically,
is it Chicago? I forgot where she was from.
Chicago, yeah.
Yeah,
Chicago, yeah.
But studies in MIT. But yeah, one thing that could have been much interesting in a way if you change her arc that I was thinking about this, and I didn't thought of this. I saw it on a different reviewer talking about it. But if they made Riri Williams like sort of in the beginning like doesn't care about the situation, she doesn't really care about the Wakandans, doesn't care that the machine is like sort of doing this like in a way like kind of ignorant, and then after that like she doesn't want the aid or whatever, and then she saw how Ramonda sacrifices herself and protect herself for Riri and like save her from drowning, and then she feels that guilt afterwards, and that's when she sort of feels like okay, I gotta give back. I give back to Shuri, I give back to Wakanda because of that guilt, that character turn. I think could have been made it a little bit more interesting in a way, because it at least it's like there is a character progression in her story because she doesn't really have a progression in this one, and I guess she's like a side
that's true.
character, but like that would kind of
Yeah,
make it interesting in a way, I guess. I don't know if you guys agree.
Because most of
I
the time
agree.
she
I mean,
was
side
just
characters needs.
confused. Yeah, she was just
Yeah.
confused most of the time, and then suddenly in the end, she's just like, okay, I have to give something back.
Right,
She's
and like
like,
she
well, what's
doesn't
going on?
like even though like she got saved by Ramonda, like I don't think there was a scene in the film that really show like what she's feeling towards that event, right?
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
there is. Yeah,
We
yeah,
saw we obviously we saw the funeral, we saw Shuri grieving, and everything, but I don't think we ever heard the perspective of like Riri in that event. So just went out to help. They're like, yeah, I'm gonna help out. I'm gonna make an armor. So yeah,
yeah, yeah. That's true. Uh, yeah. So, I mean, side characters need character progression as well.
yeah.
That's true. Uh, the what's the thing? People have been kind of hating on Ironheart's suit in the movie. The
Design
like,
wise,
yeah, design wise kind of thing, because it's like very different, I guess, right? It's more Power Ranger looking, I feel like.
yeah.
Yeah. I
I
don't know.
I
What's your thoughts
I
on it?
like that's I like Riri's fursuit,
Oh,
the one where it's
Oh,
exposed, the one that's
the
like
Exo
the one that look
Iron
like a
Man thing.
jetpack.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
like that
yeah.
one because obviously that's like scrap. The second one, obviously with the Wakandan tech, it looks insane. It's not my favorite suit, but it's fine. I do not like the what is it called? The Midnight Angel, the Night Angel. What is it called? The blue
Oh, the one
Yeah,
suit
that
that
Okoye
Okoye
wears
yeah. It
usually.
uses.
is. Yeah, Midnight
Yeah,
Angel. Yeah,
Oh, I'm not a fan of that design. It looks so
that
goofy.
looks bad. It looks bad.
Looks so
yeah.
goofy.
I
Actually, I
don't
like to
know
want
why
to
when I
mention
saw
about
that.
those suits.
What is it?
Oh, no, I was. Well, I was just gonna say, like, I quite like Riri's outfit. You know why? It's because the like at first I was like, yeah, this looks kind of goofy. It's like out of Kamen Rider or Power
Kamen
Rangers.
Rider.
But
Mm-hmm.
then I realized like if it looks like too Marvel-y, it will look too much like Iron Man, and it will be too much of a copy. So
Yeah.
it doesn't look like a copy. That's the thing. So I quite like that. And as for the
Yeah.
Midnight Angel, yeah, I think I don't know. Maybe were you gonna say it's gonna look? It looks like what Farah from Overwatch or something.
No, I
That's what
was
I wanted
gonna
to say.
say. I was gonna say when I first saw the suit, the first thing that
Uh,
comes to my mind is like this, like if a Buck's life turns into a Transformer
What
movie.
the heck?
Bug's life turns into a transformer.
I
It
don't
looked more
know.
like a derpy bird to me. With the helmet.
I don't know why. Yeah, that's the first thing that comes to my mind when I
Yeah,
was
because
watching it.
it also have like that long like antenna thingies.
Oh
Yeah,
right, yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I was thinking of a Bugs Life
At least they
Transformer
at least
crossover.
Okoye sort of made fun of it in the film. It's like that looks ugly, and then like
That
Shuri's like,
looks
Yeah,
no,
ugly. And
no.
she
Yeah.
sure, it doesn't change the design though after the feedback.
Yeah.
Yeah,
actually no, Okoye said it got uglier. She did change
Okoye.
it just
it
for
got
the worse.
uglier.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Ariq's argument of like, oh yeah, trying to differentiate it from Iron Man, that kind of makes sense because in the comics, it looks a lot more like Iron Man in the design. So maybe they
Yeah,
want to
it
distance
does.
that a little bit, at least for now. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
We just have to see like
What it would
Iron
actually look
Heart is
like.
going to
Yeah.
be a series, right? Or is it a movie in the future?
Series.
Series. Oh yeah. I
Wait,
guess we'll
was
be
it
seeing
the same
her
series
make
as?
what is it? The Armor Wars?
Yeah, is it that one or is she
No,
has her own?
Armor Wars is
Different,
actually
different.
becoming a movie.
All right, yeah,
Yeah.
They're
I
changing it
forgot
to a
that.
movie. Ironheart is still staying as a series.
Okay, it's
Um,
different.
yeah, it's gonna star her and Anthony Ramos, who is from Hamilton and from In the Heights. If you want, I don't know, guess what's In the
Mm-hmm.
Heights. The
I
main
I
watch
dude,
it
haven't
in
watched.
the main dude is gonna play the Hood, which is like
Oh.
sorcerers that use guns.
Wow,
So
the
Does
hood.
he shoot magic bullets?
something like that.
Each
The
bullet
hood.
got like enchantment on it. It's like he shoots a bullet that got like the Leviosa enchantment or something. Doesn't kill you, it just makes you float.
Yeah.
Just pulls out a gun. Glock Guardium Leviosa. There. It just flies.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go all the way back
We
to the
should.
beginning of the film.
Yeah.
I thought that opening scene was incredible, especially it starts like pitch black and just like Shuri talking to Bust,
Oh.
like, "Hey, Bust." I almost said, "Hey, Bust, help me out." That's not what she said. She's like, "Bust, if you help me save my brother, I will do anything," something like that, right? And then it cuts directly. It's a one shot. That whole thing is a one shot, if you realize it,
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
of
It
Shuri
is. It
trying
is.
to
Yeah.
walking into her lab, trying to figure out how to create the heart-shaped herb, because obviously in Black Panther, Killmonger destroyed all the heart-shaped herbs, so there's none of them left to resurrect, because we know that it could resurrect, right? Because in the first film it resurrected T'Challa. So it's just trying to create the heart-shaped herb. That whole thing was one shot. Didn't figure it out in time. Checking like talking to the AI and like talking like, what's the heart rate of my brother, and then eventually Ramonda just comes in and like, your brother's dead, and I thought like, fuck,
No, she didn't. No, she
that's
didn't. Oh wait. Oh yeah, no. She said
yeah,
it's
she's no
he's with
more.
the ancestors, right?
Yeah,
I thought she didn't
Yeah.
say anything. I thought it was a bit more like that.
And when Ramonda shows up, I was like, yeah, alright. It happened.
and
He
that
died.
is such.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously because of the same reason Charles passing was like such a powerful
Sudden
thing.
as
Like,
well.
that's out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't think any
yeah.
one of us even know he got cancer. He got diagnosed with cancer, right?
No,
You
no
know,
one knew.
No one knows.
no one
Yeah, no
knew.
one knew.
No one
Yeah,
knew till
there
after.
was there was
Yeah.
I saw an interview recently with Ryan Coogler where he mentions like during when filming Black Panther, there were some moments where he was like, this doesn't look right or something. Particularly in the waterfall fight, like Chadwick Boseman was like exhausted after one of the waterfall sequence and had to like take a extended break. And then Ryan Coogler was like, "Yeah, that doesn't seem right. Something is going on." But like, I mean, obviously, Boseman never told anyone. He was fighting it in secret the whole time. So yeah, that's insane. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, that scene, I like that they got right into it. They're not wasting any time to advance the story, obviously. But yeah, that sequence is so powerful, and then it cuts to the funeral,
To the
right?
funeral, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and wait,
Where's
did
the
it cut
wait?
to the
The
No,
funeral?
funeral
Did it
scene was
open?
great.
no.
Did it, or did it
It
do
was
title card
no.
first?
It's the title card first.
Okay, the
It is
title
Oh,
card
fade
title
with
to
card
black
first.
in the
T'Challa.
title card, yeah, which shows
T'Challa.
all Chadwick Boseman's scenes
Oh,
as
yeah, yeah,
T'Challa,
yeah.
which is very
Yeah,
cool.
That was a nice touch.
I was
Yeah.
yeah, and it was purple.
and there's no
Hmm.
music too.
And there's no music. Actually,
Yeah,
quite like that. There's no music. It's I don't know, just
Yeah,
feels more respectful in a way.
very much
yeah,
so.
and it also, if you realize it, I didn't realize it at the time because obviously it was in a moment. But apparently, in that sequence, a lot of T'Challa's quotes are like written on screen as the as the flips kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's like T'Challa's
Oh,
quote from the various films that's written
Oh,
there. So that's like a
that's
nice
cool.
touch. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Hmm. But yeah, and then the
Yeah,
funeral and everything. But yeah, it is an incredible probably one of my favorite start to any film this phase.
yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. it's a very strong start. It's a very
Mhm.
strong start. The funeral scene is also great with the we get to see more of the Wakanda culture as well. I guess
Yeah, that's true.
they're
Yeah.
like celebrating his life kind of thing, and
Mhm.
then there's like spaceship that just
Sorry.
comes in and
Mhm.
kind of like
Yeah, and takes
yeah,
the casket away.
take the casket away. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool to see as well. It's a spectacle, seeing it as well. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and then after all that, is that all you want to say on that on the opening scene on the funeral?
Yeah, I can't add much to the funeral scene. It was just, yeah,
I mean, yeah,
it's cultural.
Yeah.
that the whole production design in that scene is really great. And like, I haven't mentioned this, but
Mm-hmm.
the costume, obviously from the first film, the costume design of Wakanda is already great. Ruth E. Carter coming back for this, and like the funeral, the garments for the funeral, I thought was beautiful. And obviously the Talokan costume is also great. But yeah, overall costume designs, outside of the small nitpick that we mentioned about the superhero costume, the costume design's great.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, honestly, the Riri one is more to the CG, I guess, being too
Yeah.
metallic or something. I don't know. But yeah.
Okay.
But going back, uh, after that whole thing, I think it jumped to the oil rig thing that the Talokan attacks, right?
Oh, I thought it was
I
the
think.
UN thing. Was it the
It
UN
was it
thing
was
first?
it
Is
was
it
the
the UN?
UN. It was the UN first.
Oh, it was the UN first.
UN
Yeah.
first, and then that. Yeah. I just
Yeah.
want to say the oil rig scene with the Talokan attacking the first time we see the Talokan thing. I love that. I don't know. There's like a sense of horror with it as well. You know how the Talokans use like the sirens thing. They sing, and then
The hypnosis.
all the
Yeah.
soldiers start jumping down to
They
the
just
ocean.
walked
I was
off the
like,
plank. Yeah.
yeah, I was like, oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's really cool. Um, then add to that the sound the soundtrack they use as well. There was a bit of I don't know those I don't know, similar to the throat singing thing, I guess. I think some parts of it there were
Mm,
things like that. I quite
Mhm.
enjoy that. And then yeah, the Talokan appearing, and uh, it's just really cool when that person just like when Namor just comes up. We don't get to see Namor yet, and he just like
don't see
stops
no
the
more. Yeah.
helicopter from flying away. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was cool. That was a cool scene, the oil rig one. Yeah.
Yeah. The lady in that scene, is she CIA or something? I'm not. I don't remember. But
Oh.
I believe she's a CIA official. The lady in that sequence that got killed in the helicopter, that's Lake Bell. She actually
Mhm.
voiced Black Widow in What If. So fun fact
Oh.
there. Yeah.
Oh,
Huh.
Because ScarJo didn't voice the character in What If. Lake
that's
Bell
cool,
did.
I guess.
So, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool. She went back.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, all right.
To get killed in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Just to get killed. Yeah.
Hey
Just to
man,
get
gotta
killed. Yeah.
collect the MCU paycheck.
Yeah. Yeah. She's part
Yeah,
of the
probably.
MCU for 10
Yeah.
minutes. She died in
Yeah.
both.
She
She died in the in the
well no
Ant-Man oil.
she didn't. She's in
I
What
don't
If she
remember.
survived.
I mean, but she also died in the whatever that really terrible episode.
Oh,
The
the
one with
Ant-Man
the
episode.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I guess
So
so.
she
Yeah,
did
yeah.
die. She
Yeah,
died twice.
yeah.
She did die.
Yeah.
She did die.
But I agree that sequence is great, especially like it's nighttime too, and like you don't
Showing
know what's going
how
on.
yeah, it's also showing how the Talokans are as well. It's a good first impression of the Talokan. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm,
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the action sequence in this film is better than the previous film. Like I love the Korean sequence in the Black Panther one, but I think that's probably the greatest action sequence in that film because the Wakandan
Which
fights are
sequence?
cool. The Korea sequence and the Busan sequence in the
yeah,
first
the
Black
the
Panther,
chase car with the insane
car
car
chase, the
chase and
casino
everything.
fight
Yeah.
Oh, that scene.
with
Okay, okay, okay.
with
Where
what's it?
Okoye throws her wig. I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, I remember now. I remember.
Talking about which, I love that in this film. In the previous film, obviously she hates the wig. In this film, she didn't use a wig. She used makeup to cover it, to cover the
The
like
tattoos,
the
yeah.
markings, the tattoos. And then they
Yeah.
pointed out that you put ash in your head. I'm like, what that is so mean. Like,
Oh, that was
Feels so
hilarious,
fun.
yeah.
uh, But I thought the action sequence is in this film is better, is much better. Was like that sequence, the sequence where when it intercuts with the UN. That's just before this, when it intercuts with the UN and like the
Oh yeah,
Dora
with the
Milaje attacking like the French mercenaries, which is
yeah.
so cool. And obviously the fight in the bridge with Okoye and the and Atuma and the other Talokan. I thought that was like great. Like the action is a whole step up in this film, which I love.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come to think of it, yeah, it was like most of the cool action scenes in the first Black Panther was mostly near the end. Where they had the big battles and the Killmonger versus what is
Yeah,
it? T'Challa
T'Challa.
fight, yeah.
yeah,
This
Yeah.
one's like throughout is generally
Throughout, there
better.
are a lot of actions sprinkled around. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah. Especially because there's a whole war too. So yeah. But
Yeah.
the UN scene I thought was cool because obviously that's literally after the funeral sequence, after the title card. It's like cut to 1 year later, right? And then
Yeah.
which I guess I was kind of surprised that we do a time jump, but it makes a lot of sense. And then yeah, that whole UN
guess.
sequence, and like Ramonda showing that, oh yeah, we know what you're trying to do, trying to take advantage of us. You think we're vulnerable and trying to attack us, and like the fact that it is the French, right, that sent the mercenaries.
To be honest, it was
Yeah, I
actually
believe
a
so.
bit unknown. It was like people did try, but we
Okay,
didn't get the closure of
one
who
of
did it.
one of the
But
one
one
of
of
the
them did it.
ones one of
One
them
of
was
those people did it, yeah.
the French
Yeah.
on the UN table, and like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fact that they try to shame the Wakandans of like you promise to share but you never share, blah blah blah, and then like she just like keeps talking, and then suddenly the Dora Milaje just brings in the whole troops and like yeah, we caught the mercenary, we know what you've been doing. That's like such a powerful moment, and like if you're whoever this, you must be so embarrassed. Like, yep, oh god, we got caught.
Oh, the power move, man.
Such a power move, dude.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Actually, what I like
Uh,
most about that scene is that it's what is it? There's more weight to the story, and as well as what is it? Chadwick's passing, because like in
mhm.
a way, when I like, because the Black Panther is gone, right? Like both, literally and figuratively as well.
Mhm.
And so like it kind of shows like, oh yeah, Wakanda is actually like struggling now. They lost their protector.
Mhm.
They're faced with all of this like political nonsense.
Mhm.
And yeah, so they're kind of like on the back foot, and it's kind of like, I guess it's a way to develop the story further, as as we get to see later on, and how it ended and all that. So I like actually like that there's like some political aspects put into it.
Yeah,
Pretty cool.
yeah. The whole vibranium war, which I honestly think, even though we resolved the vibranium war within Talokan and Wakanda, I don't think the vibranium war story is done. I feel like there is so many potential they could do with the
No.
MCU, because I feel like Valentina,
Yeah.
she seems like she wants that really bad in this film. So what I'm thinking, like, imagine if Thunderbolts is about something to do with the vibranium,
Getting.
and like the Thunderbolts are formed to steal vibranium or something. And obviously Bucky is that in that team, so Bucky probably will like, no, I don't want to do it because I'm friends with the Wakandans or something. But what if like that's the whole thing? Because Valentina seems like she really wants it, and yeah, there's this.
Damn. What a setup.
That'll be a good setup. That'll be a pretty good setup.
Yeah.
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 What else is there that happened?
Yeah, obviously we found out that there's a machine that can detect vibranium, which wasn't
Yeah.
a thing until now, and Riri
Mhm.
Williams was the one who did it, and then obviously the what's it called, Namor's first appearance, which is an awesome appearance. Well, not the first appearance in Wakanda, which is an awesome appearance. It's like, how the heck
Yeah.
did he come in here? And then yeah, he just
He
gifted a
swam.
shell. He swam miles and miles, and he
Then-
dropped the machine on a campsite.
Oh yeah, that
Which
that
I
one
don't
is
think
more impressive.
I
Like
don't think
he can stop fully drop the machine without anyone knowing. That's impressive.
I was actually thinking that he wasn't alone in that sequence, and
Oh, that's
then
the thing. He wasn't
Yeah,
alone.
he
Ramonda said it
wasn't alone. He wasn't alone.
herself. Yeah.
Right.
Ramona
So
said, "How did he get in with people?
so yeah,
Through our
there's more
borders?
than
Yeah,
one people that sneak in, which is even more
yeah.
impressive.
They sneaked in, dropped the submarine-looking thing, swam away.
And like
Absolute.
they bring the submarine somehow stealthily as well and dropped it, not like on the ground without anyone
The
hearing
very
anything
limited
or any
condition.
rustling in the
Yeah.
trees. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. uh, but yeah,
Yeah. Go ahead.
no, you go ahead. You go ahead.
No, I like that. Obviously, that sequence was like the burning of the. They were about to grieve T'Challa, right? Because Shuri is still like sort of
Yeah,
not.
she's in
She's
denial, I
holding
guess.
back her emotions. She's like not
Holding
Yeah.
back,
processing
yeah.
it. So she's like she doesn't want to burn it. She doesn't want to like move on in a way, and even like she mentions, which is a big part of her character growth in this scene of like she wants to see the world burn when she mentions that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which obviously is a callback to like Killmonger, and obviously we're gonna see that the flash forward to the Killmonger sequence. So that whole scene like holds so many setups if you think about it. Just that whole sequence with Shuri, and the fact that prior to that scene where they're like, okay, we're gonna go camping, or we're gonna go out, take out all your the beats. What's the beats
The
called?
Kimoyo beats.
Kimoyo beats. The
Yeah.
Kimoyo beats. Take out the Kimoyo beats, both in the hand and on the earring. And it's obviously the earring sets up that like, oh yeah, we can track her in the underwater in the future thing. And the Kimoyo beats on the hand is sort of like to make sure that like, okay, they're vulnerable when Namor attacking. They don't have any defense. Because if they have
Mm-hmm.
Kimoyo beat, they'll be fine, but they don't have any defense. So like kind of fucked. So I like that they set that up. Really smart.
I was gonna say something, but I forgot now.
Well, let's talk about our favorite character, Everett K. Ross, when he first appeared.
Yeah.
He was
I
alright,
don't
I
know
guess.
what to say.
He's a fun
Did I?
addition. I didn't know he got the relationship with Val. That's
I didn't
something.
know either. That's
Yeah,
new.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I don't know if that's important or not, but there's that. He's fine. There's not much to talk about about.
I feel bad for him. I feel like that's probably like a very shitty marriage, and it's probably because of Val. Just based on the few screen time moments I have in that from the film, I'm like, I feel like I mean obviously they're divorced, and I'm like, I feel like it's probably Val did something really bad, or she's like a shitty wife or something to Everett Ross.
I mean,
Of
yeah,
course,
Everett
Everett
Ross
Ross
is
is
so
the man.
nice.
He's a
Yeah,
good man. Yeah.
Yeah.
he's so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wait, I just remembered now what I wanted to say. Killmonger appearance in the after Shuri
Uh-huh.
drinks the herb thingy. That surprises me. I wasn't expecting Killmonger to appear at
That
all.
was also a surprise. Yeah.
Yeah, I was expecting Ramonda or I don't know somehow they did T'Challa, but I don't think
Which
it'll be
I'm
T'Challa. I
glad
thought
they don't.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, the most makes sense when there'll be Ramonda, but then no, it's Killmonger. I'm like, what? Okay, I like where this is going. Yeah.
Which
So I think
thematically. Oh, go ahead.
yeah. Oh no, I was gonna say the ancestral plane thingy. Like I think you mentioned it, Bert, when
Yeah.
T'Challa goes to that plane, it's like it's in the open field kind of thing, like in Lion
Yeah.
King.
Ye-
And this time, Shuri's one is still in the place where Ramonda drowned something in the throne thingy. So yeah,
Yeah. Like that
uh,
whole sequence thematically is a powerfully important sequence, and I love it. Like you said, like because I wrote this paper in college, so basically the ancestral plane sort of like it shows what you want to see, and also at the same time it shows like what your like understanding of the world is in a way. Like T'Challa is raised with his father, obviously, about the ancestral and respecting the ancestor. So when he goes to the ancestral plane, obviously he wants to see his father, so he see his father, and he also see every other ancestor because that's what he respect. He respect the culture, right? He respects like the lore, the lore, like the culture of Wakanda, the religion, basically. So he does. So he sees all that. Um, and like when Killmonger sees it, basically it's like he has a close-minded vision of the world. All he can sort of see is like everything from the perspective of his small apartment where his dad got killed, and he obviously want to talk to his dad because he never got the chance to like talk to his dad. So that's what he sees of the vision of the world. And like Shuri, it does make sense at that point because she makes the heart-shaped herb in a way because of revenge, right? Because she doesn't really want the responsibility of the Black Panther. She doesn't want the power in a way. She do it because she feels obliged to do it, and because she feels revenge for Namor because Ramonda dies. So it aligns with again the whole thing of like she want to see the world burn. It aligns with Killmonger because Killmonger said that too, burn it all basically. And so he sees Killmonger in there because that's what she wants to see. And at the same time, her brain is still her heart is still stuck in that moment where her mother is drowned, because that's the throne room is a drowned throne room, not just any throne room. It's just the throne room where it's drowned, where the mother is. So that's where her heart is still. So I that thematic moment was like really great. So I thought I liked the direction that they went with that.
Yeah. Thoughts, Avec?
Yeah, no, it was very unexpected to see Killmonger. I was like, wait, what? Well, but I guess it makes sense. Yeah, they sort of have the same like viewpoint in a way.
At that point, I guess, right?
At that point, yeah, at that point, they had the same view. They had the same like perspective. So that's why she sees. And I like the fact. Oh, what is it like the whole scene when the throne room was like set on fire as well?
Yeah,
Like due to her sheer
Yeah.
like rage and want for vengeance. So yeah, no, as Albert said, yeah, it fits thematically with that. That was pretty cool.
and didn't they like sort of, they didn't reveal the whole conversation. They cut away from it because she's like, she wakes up and obviously she's embarrassed because she doesn't want to say it. But like later in the film, they cut back and they show the ending of that of her conversation with Killmonger, right? And sort of like shows her like her motivation or something.
Oh yeah.
It does, right? It jumps back to it. Yeah.
It was back. I forgot what he said.
I forgot which sequence
specifically.
and what exactly
forgot,
sequence.
yeah.
But yeah,
I forgot what he said,
they
yeah.
did that. Yeah. But yeah, obviously she's embarrassed. Like she doesn't want, especially Nakia. I don't think she ever told any. She didn't even told Nakia, right?
She didn't even told you.
Yeah, because she's like embarrassed of like,
No.
I saw my cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But honestly, though, that whole sequence when Namor was attacking Wakanda, I thought that was really cool.
Incredible. It's such a cool scene.
Just like a full
It was
scale
part of the
attack on
comic,
Wakanda,
right?
Namor just died. Was that part of the comics?
If I'm mistaken, yeah, Namor like destroyed Wakanda with a tidal wave, drowned it or something.
That took place. I don't know if the only time it took place was this particular comic, but this is the one that I read. It took place in Avengers vs. X-Men, and that's when Namor got possessed by the Phoenix Force.
Oh,
and so
okay, and he
absolutely wrecked Wakanda. Yeah.
Okay, so this is something else entirely different. Nothing to do with
even
Phoenix
without
Force.
the power of the Phoenix, he still wrecked Wakanda.
that water grenade weapon, I don't know if that's a comic thing because I never actually read like Namor comics or any particular comics that's his like the main thing. But that water grenade is really cool.
It's cool looking.
Yeah.
How do I explain this? It's just like I find it a bit annoying in a way.
It's too powerful.
Yeah, I mean, like, come on, look, it's a nation made of vibranium and shit, and he's like, water balloons.
Water. Pretty much it. I was thinking of that too.
Water balloons.
The first time we saw the water balloons was in the Boston car chase sequence, right?
Yeah, where he blew up the
car.
He flipped the car, yeah. Which is fine because you know, like it's just
it's water.
Car.
It makes sense. Yeah.
It's an old muscle car. Of course, normal rain can break it. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure a water bomb could.
By the way, another fun fact, which is not very fun, but it's a fact, I guess. Apparently, Letitia Wright during that sequence because she's riding a motorcycle, she injured herself really bad in that sequence, like off the motorcycle. I don't know if it's the actual sequence where she blasted off.
Doing her own stunts, damn.
Or is it during the chase itself? I don't know which one exactly, but she fell off the rig and she like she fractured her arm pretty bad, and she still like have like trauma out of it. So yeah, feels bad, but yeah, apparently that happened in the Boston.
As someone who's fallen off motorcycles like twice, yeah, I can understand the pain.
especially if it's fractured too. So yeah.
Yeah, especially if
yeah.
Also, they had to shot that scene at night, and they have to be sprayed by water. over and
Oh,
over
it's
to take many
cold.
takes. Oh yeah,
It's
But
so
it's
cold.
cold,
uncomfortable.
It's
man.
so cold.
It's just like going motorcycle, like just in the rain itself. That's already
And there
cold.
is, yeah.
Yeah,
This was like getting flipped, getting sprayed at night.
yeah. At night. Oh my god. Can't
By the way,
imagine.
I know we're gonna come back to the Battle of the Wakanda, but I want to say that's in that sequence where Okoye is fighting the Talokan.
Yeah.
I thought Okoye was gonna die. I was like, she has no match for them, dude. She is screwed. Like, especially
Yeah.
vibranium versus vibranium weapons, and like she's overpowered. They come back to life for God's sake. I was like, she is screwed. And obviously, thankfully, Shuri is like conscious and like asked to be taken. But like, if not, I think Okoye would have died in that sequence.
But, you know, she definitely
Makes
would. She
sense.
was. It
Yeah,
was like
makes sense.
one person who's like physically capable versus a superhuman, basically. A group of
Yeah.
Four
superhumans.
superhumans
Yeah, no,
that
it's
have
not gonna
water
happen.
Yeah.
grenades and
Yeah,
vibranium
dude, I
weapons.
bet you if Captain America was like fighting them, he would probably lose as well. Not gonna lie. I
Yeah.
Yeah.
mean, he'd probably fare better, but I don't think he's still gonna lose against all of
Yeah,
them.
fair better, but no. Four
Yeah,
against
Because
one, it's hard.
how do you even
yeah.
kill them? Like they got stabbed and they come back. Can you actually?
That's the weird part about it. Like, yeah, they did get stabbed and came back to life, but like at one point they got killed by normal
Did
guns.
we see any of them die?
That CIA girl like headshot one of them, I think, in the
I
oil
guess
rig,
so.
or did he came back to life again? I'm not so
I guess
sure.
we never see that.
We
Yeah,
never see
so
that.
Well,
I think they can.
actually, one of them died from the wound by Nakia in that thing.
Yeah, Nakia's like sonic
Oh,
gun,
right.
whatever
Yeah,
they have.
that's
Yeah,
true.
So maybe they don't die from stab wound, but other
I
wounds.
But other
I just don't stab them. Just
specifically
shoot them.
shoot them. Shoot them.
I think they can
I don't know.
they can probably die from air suffocation once they well not air suffocation. If you take out their apparatus, they probably couldn't breathe on and they could probably die that way.
Yeah, like the Atlanteans in the DC one as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's weird how they get their regeneration thing.
The regeneration part was a bit strange. Like I didn't even see what was
Yeah.
happening. They're just like suddenly, oh.
Maybe you just need to splash some water. Got shot, splash some water, easy.
As long as there is water. So if they don't have water,
Yeah.
they're
As
just
long as there's water, yeah.
They have to be kept moist. Shit. Actually,
Yeah.
speaking of keeping moist, dude, why are we skipping the whole scene where they introduced the city of Talokan?
So beautiful.
That is so
Oh,
insane,
right.
and
Yeah,
the
that happened.
music as well.
The
Yeah,
music is
it's good.
so good. I want to listen to it again.
I found it
This
on
is the
YouTube of
more
like the
music.
Talokan music. Wow, yeah,
Sing it,
I
Ariq.
just listened to it.
Sing it.
There was no
Ludwig
lyric, you idiot. It's
Yeah,
just-
I mean,
Ludwig
do it like
Goran.
the Jurassic Park thing.
I don't remember what it sounds like.
Ludwig Göransson, the composer of this and the composer of the first film, he is incredible. Like, I still think the first one is a better music, especially called just Killmonger's music alone. But like, he did an amazing job with the music in this one. Like the Talokan sequence, he even did sort of like it's not a remix. Like he sort of did a variation to the Wakandan theme. Because usually the Wakandan is like the dun 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 dun. Like he did a variation to when they enter after the UN sequence, and I was like, that is a cool variation. I love that. I love this dude. He's a great composer.
I can't say too much about soundtrack.
I only remember this one. I know there was plenty of soundtracks in it. I know they were pretty good, but this was the most captivating one for
Yeah.
me. So like,
Yeah.
no, because I
I
really
just
like the
like it
design of the
whenever
Talokan city and everything.
It's so
I
cool.
just like it whenever they use like the more traditional what's the name instrument, I guess. Like some of them like when I forgot what scene basically they use kind of, like Africans, they use a lot of kind of like the I
Percussions.
don't know, percussion
Yeah,
things. Yeah. I like it
yeah.
whenever they do things like that. So I was like, oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
It adds a culture.
Fantasy.
But yeah, no, yeah. And actually, like, come to think of it, like that is a complete name change, right, for the film. Like originally they were called
They are
Atlantis, but then they
Atlantis.
just changed it to Talokan.
Yeah. What do you guys think of that? Do you guys like the change?
I love it.
I don't
It's
mind. It's
I love
okay.
I
I like
think
it because it's differentiates the Atlantis from DC Aquaman, and they're very
True.
different. This
Yeah.
DC Aquaman is like super sci-fi,
It's basically
hyper
Wakanda
advanced city.
underwater.
It's Wakanda underwater, arguably a bit
Yeah.
more than that on top.
yeah.
and
Yeah.
but this one is more like Mesoamerican, traditional kind of vibe with a
Mm-hmm.
bit of like sci-fi added into it. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, you're right. The
Its own
Mesoamerican
thing, yeah.
part. Yeah, and
Yeah.
it adds a lot of a lot more culture too, because of like
Culture.
you say the Mesoamerican part of it, and like
Yeah.
obviously that's why he's called the Kukulkan.
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 That
Yeah.
makes
The
his name makes me miss that restaurant, the Kuklu Duck. I don't know. I want those chicken, Kelvin.
there is a
It's
restaurant.
There's
gone.
a Korean store. Yeah. Cool
In
then.
in
Cool.
Aeon, yeah, Kuklu Duck.
Yeah.
It's very nice chicken, but it's gone now. Oh well. But yeah, Kukulkan. The white
Yeah.
serpent god. I like how Ambaku
S-
says it.
it's the serpent, wink serpent god. Yeah,
Yeah, is it the
Wing
wit? Is it
serpent.
winged
the
or
wing,
white? No, it's
feathered
winged
Wing.
serpent.
feathered serpent,
Feathered serpent god. The
which
feathered serpent god.
I've been fortunate enough to go to that particular the Mayan temple. I forget what it's called, but there is that
Alright.
Mayan temple that's like that's shaped like that. That like
Yeah,
it's not a pyramid. I guess it's a pyramid. It has lots of steps.
it's a pyramid shape, yeah.
Yeah, there's a statue of the snake, and it looks very cool. But yeah, I think that's what Kukulkan is. Anyway, yeah, I like it adds a culture to it, which is cool. And obviously they have a backstory to his name. Namor was like, you have no love or something. It becomes Namor
Oh
in
Yeah.
yeah.
No
Spanish.
more.
Yeah, I didn't
Uh,
expect that. I was like, oh, that's his
Was
name.
that
Or I
the
thought he just called Namor because Namor.
they just called Namor
no
because
more?
the comic writers couldn't think of anything. Actually,
Yeah,
I don't even know the origin of his name in the comics, but
yeah.
this makes it cooler. Honestly, it's like, yeah, no love.
Yeah.
And
There are
Different
no.
the
story.
whole backstory that he's a mutant, probably, which is a big thing. I guess he's like the first mutant in the
The
MCU, which
first
is
mutant,
accurate
right?
to the comics,
Yeah.
because it's like how many, I don't know how old he is.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like,
the origin. Yeah, the origin actually made sense because his mother took the plant thing, and he
well,
was
Yeah.
while she was pregnant. Yeah, so when he was born, he was a mutant essentially.
yeah, and like that whole sequence
Mm-hmm.
is really cool too, because like it's so passage of time, and like the whole the giving birth underwater, which I know we saw in the trailer, but it still looks cool in the film.
That's
The
cool.
giving birth
Yeah.
underwater. Uh, yeah.
Uh.
But yeah,
Well.
that I like how in order to get into the to
Talokan.
Talokan, you have to go through current
Yeah,
Mm.
to make it sort of like, oh, you gotta go through it. It's like it's deep somewhere. You cannot just find it anywhere. You gotta go through this. And like I love how the world is so like fifth dimensional in a way. Like it's not it's I mean, obviously if you're on Earth, like on Wakanda, on our city, it's like flat. But this
yeah.
one, it feels
Yeah.
so like everything is like built like fifth
There's
dimensionally. So I love the design of that.
there's more verticality to it. There's like places
Yeah,
Yeah.
up here and there.
yeah, it's
Talokan
cool.
would be so cool to explore in some kind of video game setting,
Honestly,
honestly.
yeah. Wait, how does Nakia get in again?
She
She
swam through
used
the whole thing, right? The whole
Isn't
thing.
it like super deep?
Cave.
That's why Shuri needs the whole suit.
No, that's to enter like to
Oh, the
actual
city.
Talokan. Yeah,
Oh,
this is
right,
like
right,
the
right.
little
Right,
shrine area, which is like shallower, and it's on dry
right,
ground as
yeah.
well.
it's
Nakia,
it's like it's
Nakia
like it's
gets
like a it's like a
into the
cavern. It's like an
Yeah, it's
yeah,
like a
yeah, yeah.
underground,
cavern.
like a
Yeah,
secret
Nakia didn't
cavern
get
kind of
into
thing.
the Talokan city, right, right, right.
she
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
go into Talokan.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there's a dry land part where Namor just likes to paint. Uh, yeah,
What? Oh,
he
right,
he
yeah.
he
He
paints.
paints. Forgot, yeah. Yeah, and also he got the little psychic girl, was it Namora, I think they call her. The
Yeah,
one with the headdress. Yeah, the
yeah, yeah,
headgear. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, one thing that I like about that one is that obviously she lost her Kimoyo beat in the bridge, and Namor's like, well, you need the jewelry, so I'm gonna give you this one, and then it becomes an important plot point as the jewelry
Mm-hmm.
makes the heart shape work.
Yeah,
So
actually, I picked it up when the moment he said it was made out of the same plant. I'm like, why does that sound so
Oh,
similar
specific?
plant. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
I,
it's like,
I
why
was
does
thinking
that
the
sound
same
so
thing.
specific in my mind? Like, why did you have to point that out? It's too specific. Well, there you
yeah.
go. Turns out it was to recreate the
Yeah.
That whatever I forget what it's called.
Heart shaped herb.
Yeah,
I
Archie
was
Herb.
thinking more. I was thinking more that she somehow find like the similar plants to it, underwater. That's what I was thinking, kind of thing
Uh,
when they
yeah, yeah.
mention about the flowers. Yeah.
I think the flowers. I don't think the flower exists anymore. Probably.
But I thought that they
Yeah.
somehow have it in the city or something. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Uh, what else is
But yeah,
there?
that
Um,
whole rescue sequence, obviously, it leads to the Battle of Wakanda, which again looks cool as heck. When especially when it's slow. When it starts when Okoye and Nakia was talking, right? Obviously, like, why
mhm.
didn't you come to the funeral? Blah blah blah. If you notice in the background, the water is like slowly. It's like
Oh
there's more
yeah,
and
yeah,
more
yeah.
water coming in. I was like, oh shit! And then like the whole explosion, obviously, and everything, and like that whole fight. I love it. And like M'Baku was like, "Oh, that's the fish man!" Ah! And then Namor just punch him
They
and
just
Yeah,
it
it
breaks
cracks
his
his
whole
armor.
armor and he
breaks the
blasts off.
armor.
Oh my
Yeah,
god, so powerful.
Well, I
Yeah,
like how Mbaku after that he's just like,
man.
no, I'm not dealing with that one. I'm gonna go
No.
somewhere else. I'm gonna beat other people up.
yeah,
She wants to contribute, but not to the main villain.
it's like me playing a video game. I see a character with like a level question mark, fight it, got my ass beat. Like, okay, you know what? Later, not this
Later,
one.
later.
Later, not this one. Jeez.
yeah.
But seriously though, that scene when Namor is just like flying and then flying, attacking the ship and diving down again, and then jumping up
It's
from
cool.
or something. That looks really cool. Yeah.
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 But yeah, Wakandans are really outmatched in that situation because again the whole
It's
they
an
got the
ambush, I guess.
hypnosis power, in the ambush, the water everywhere. There's and Talokan is way more. They have more people too, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
Not only that, but the people they have are super powered. Wakandans
Super
are
powered as
not.
well.
They're normal
Yeah.
people.
yeah, that's true. And they have vibranium, so yeah, it's
Yeah, I
insane.
think that's the thing. Yeah, I think Wakanda was like much better against like I don't know a massive like war invasion. Like for example, when Thanos attacked in Infinity War, like
Mhm.
they could hold out an army, but like a sneak attack, they're just like no,
Yeah.
cannot.
True.
All Thanos had to do was swim under Wakanda,
Oh,
bro.
I don't think Thanos knows how to swim.
one thing that someone I read this somewhere, which I thought was great with the whole motivation of Namor. Sort of like he Wakanda obviously is a secret nation, but Talokan is also a secret nation, and Namor want to keeps it that way. He doesn't want to be involved, right, with that thing because he would just want to protect his people and everything.
Mm-hmm.
It sort of makes sense with that plot point. And this is comparing to Eternals of like, yeah, when Thanos attacked, Namor doesn't give a shit. Why would he even bother? He doesn't want to be involved. But like, sort of
Yeah.
Eternals is sort of a different comparison of like, oh, why are they helping out with the Thanos attack anyway? But that's the whole thing.
To be honest,
You
the
think that
Eternals are
Talokan got
like a lot
snapped?
dumber. They're like, we're here to protect humanity, but then when Thanos attack, you know what? Let's just let them do it themselves. And
Yeah.
at least the Talokans had like an actual, like actual reason to stay hidden.
Yeah.
So
Do
for
we
the
You think the
know?
Eternals,
Do we
Talokans
know
are
where
confused when they
which
got
ocean
snapped?
Talokan is?
Atlantic, they said it themselves.
Atlantic, I think. Yeah.
Where is the giant Eternal statue? Is that in the Atlantic Ocean?
I don't
I
know.
forgot. I forgot. I think it was more of the
Okay,
Pacific
then
Ocean.
he probably
The
they
Pacific
probably they
Ocean.
probably aren't bothered by that then. If in the Atlantic,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
like, "What is this growing from the ground?
Why is there a big hand?
Is there a big hand
Next to us.
coming from the underground? Cover." Yeah,
You, do you think Namor was like so confused when what's his name that the snap happened? Do you think the Talokan got affected by them? Yeah.
I'm pretty
probably.
sure they do. Yeah, I mean they're people.
Yeah, but
They're-
I guess so. I guess they are part
Oh,
of the
are you asking like
population.
what happened to the ashes in the water? Do they just
They just
plop to the
disperse
ground?
everywhere.
Yeah.
They just become
Eaten by the fish.
sandcastles?
Eaten by the
Oh,
fish.
do Talokans eat fish?
I don't know
Have
actually.
to, right?
We didn't see them eat anything. We
I
saw them no
mean,
no, we saw them farming like seaweed, but like I think that's
I
just
don't
them being
think.
Kelvin, making like a huge kelp block.
Hey, we need
Wait, they
um,
when they
we
offer
need it.
food to Shuri and Riri, it was
Oh, it
just
was
fruit, right?
fruits.
It was
Yeah, it
fruits.
was fruits.
Fruits.
How do you
Where do
grow
they get
fruits
Yeah.
fruits
underwater?
underwater?
I guess they go up and Just
They go
walk
up to
pretty
home.
sure-
harvest. All their farms are
Yeah.
upstairs.
Hey man, maybe they just went to the local supermarket. They're in like somewhere in Mexico or near Central America. There's plenty
Haiti,
of
I
it.
think. I
I
think.
guess
Yeah,
so.
No, it's
Haiti.
not. It's
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
No, it's not Haiti. Nakia is in Haiti.
But
That's
they're
that's where she.
blue.
That's where she
It was
teaches.
somewhere in Central America. No, yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe they don't discriminate against people in the market. They're like these blue
They're
people.
like, oh,
We'll
blue,
give them mangoes.
white people, blue
They're
people,
probably scared
whatever.
too.
Whatever. Do you want mangoes?
Talking about blue, I like
You
that
get money,
whenever
it's okay.
Oh
talking
yeah,
about blue.
actually, yeah, about their skin. Yeah. They're
Yeah,
blue outside the water, but they're
yeah,
normal
in the water.
under.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
Like
also,
yeah, I like that. I didn't notice that
So
detail at first. Actually, I was just like, are they like normal skin or just that's just the color
yeah,
of the ocean or I
all
don't
but
know.
Namor. Yeah,
I thought it was just a color of the ocean.
Sometimes it do be like that.
it's cool. Also,
Yeah.
regarding color blue, I like that all of the Talokan subtitles are in blue. I think all the Wakandans are in yellow, or is it in white? And then
Yellow.
everything else
Yellow,
is
yellow.
everything else is white. Like every other language is
Everything.
white. So like that sequence where Nakia is talking to that old lady who have seen Talokan, like she suddenly just starts speaking Talokan with blue. Like we know she's speaking Talokan. It's like I like that they did that.
Oh, yeah, it's a
It
nice.
differentiates the color.
Yeah, like because we don't understand
Because otherwise,
Mesoamerican
if it's
language.
yeah, if it's all just white, otherwise, like we would just assume she's just speaking the same language, and then suddenly the ladies like turn around like, what? Did she just say?
What you say?
Yeah.
What you say?
The fact that it's blue, it's like, oh, she's speaking Talokan, so that's why she reacts.
Yeah, yeah, no. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
I
good
guess
cue
we
for
should.
the viewers.
I guess we should jump into the ending scene. I guess after Shuri got her power.
By the way, Ramonda dying, didn't expect that. I wasn't expecting that, and
But that was
it
not
was
that was unexpected as well.
yeah.
Uh,
Kelvin's
Oh,
is
I'm
Kelvin
over
cutting in
showing
and out for you?
It
Ariq?
was a bit. The Talokans were
Oh, yes,
drowning
I am.
your internet.
Or Kelvin is
Yeah.
drowning
God damn it!
on water.
Kukulkan!
Kukulkan.
No, I'm just
Okay, they
saying,
should be better now. Yeah.
two surprising thing happened with the Ramonda dying and Killmonger appearing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those. Yeah, did not expect any of that to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very sad to think about it. Shuri's literally alone. Brother is gone. Father's gone.
Yeah,
As they
literally.
call him, Baba.
As it's gone.
Baba is gone. Uh,
Baba.
Ramonda's gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very sad. She's literally
Well,
almost alone. At least there's little T'Challa.
I think in the future, Nakia, I don't know about, I'm pretty sure Nakia will be more like
Involved.
in the story involved, yeah, and also
Yeah,
M'Baku
I
as
think
well, I think.
M'Baku, yeah.
Yeah. I like M'Baku. He becomes so
M'Baku's great.
supportive, you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
great.
yeah. He
Yeah.
started out in the first one as this hot-headed guy who just keeps like chanting and going, and when Everett like tries to talk, he's just like hoo. Now
Yeah.
he's he's a much more mature gorilla. He's smarter now.
Glory to Hanuman. I like that. I like that in the first film. When he was taunting Everett Ross, like, I'm gonna feed you to my kids. Just kidding, we're vegetarians. And in the first scene, we see him here, he's eating a carrot. The whole just
Yeah, he's eating a carrot on his throne. What a Chad.
Yeah.
Of course, I think he dropped the carrot when the Black Panther actually dropped it. Just kind of expected the scene.
So yeah, I guess we're going to the ending now.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. That whole like this time they're the one that attacks the Talokan first, I guess. So that was pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, come to think of
With
it, yeah,
their
the
sonic
Wakandans are
beam.
the Wakandans are the ones going out of their comfort zone because they've always been like, in their nation defending, but now they're on the offensive for the
Because
first time.
Shuri was
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
pissed.
Yeah.
It's literally the same thing as Killmonger. Killmonger wants to be on the offensive, and Shuri is doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Except Shuri actually did it. She got a ship out. The Sea Leopard, that's what they called it.
Is it called the
Which
Sea
looks
Leopard?
kind of funky, not gonna lie. It looks like a gaming
It is.
mouse.
It's
Dude, I
it's
thought
a huge
It
ship.
literally looks like this.
I don't know. Okay, no, I was thinking more of
That was a
remember
submarine.
remember Gru's car? And
Yeah, it
I was
is. Yeah,
thinking of
exactly.
that.
It's shaped like this. Yeah, it's like this round thing.
I thought it was like Gru's car, but bigger and made for water.
Maybe to be fair though, maybe they've never really had a real proper chance to, use boats. So this is the first time they
Yeah,
designed a
so
warship and they're like, yeah, good
how does
enough.
it look like? How does it look
What
like?
does it look like? Have you seen
How
a
does
shoe? It's a
and then they brought reference like a clown shoes.
yeah. It looks like a shoe or something. I don't know why we're digging deep into their like ship design. I know it isn't all that, but at the same time, it does
Yeah,
look a
it's
bit
fair.
strange.
It's a big ship for offensive. I
Yeah,
do like
strange design.
the part where Shuri and Riri Williams was like talking about, oh, how do they defeat Namor, and then they're like, oh, maybe he breathes through his skin like a jellyfish and they have to evaporate him, and that's the whole sequence. I like that.
Oh yeah, that
I
was
like that technical
interesting.
Yeah.
thinking.
They had real biology for what is it, Namor? He
Yeah.
breathes to his skin. He is moist.
He's he's moist,
So make
basically.
him
So
unmoist and
his
he loses his
weakness is a
power.
towel. Um,
Yes.
That's true.
Yes.
They should
Albert,
have just
yes.
made a cannon that used like bunch of towels.
to
Oh
dry
Or
him
no!
like
up. He cannot go to a sauna. If he goes to a sauna, he'd pass out directly.
he would actually.
Oh yeah.
That's
He
what they
would. He
did.
would.
That's what they did to the ship.
That's what he did. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
they
Yeah.
made
he got the spear.
they just made like a
Oh,
flying sauna.
I
another
think
fun
so.
fact.
What is it?
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say. I think Namor needs to upgrade his suit. Just bring like a bottle of like water, kind of like you buy from the store.
What?
No, it'll
Just put
count
it like strap
the
it around
bag.
his chest.
No, just
Yeah.
the bag where you like can drink. For cyclists, it's all he needs. All he needs is
That's
unbeatable.
true. Yeah.
That's all he needs, and he's
In
unbeatable. That's it.
emergencies, just like quickly open it, just pour it on himself.
Wait, quick question. If he breathes through his skin because he needs to stay wet, right? I
Mhm.
don't like that, like the way that sounds.
Moist.
But he needs to stay moist. Can't he and he is in a sauna room? Can't he just sweat it out and that sweat would make him moist?
He doesn't sweat. Have you
Oh,
seen
Does
him
he not
sweat?
sweat?
I don't know.
I don't think he ever
I
sweat.
guess not. I think it's kind of like how
Do
when we
fishes
swim we
sweat?
sweat.
No,
No, they
only
don't.
humans can
Only
sweat. We are
humans
the only.
sweat, Albert.
Do humans
Yeah.
sweat underwater?
Yes. We just don't.
Oh, right. Actually,
No,
no.
we
It
do.
just gets absorbed by
We,
the
we
water.
do.
Yeah.
We do.
Okay.
We do. It's just that when we
I
swim,
trust you.
our sweat just
All the
goes to
sweat
the
just-
water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess that chamber is like super dry where the sweat just got evaporated directly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's
They,
Just bring
they should have
bottle,
shown the
mineral
scene
water.
where they should have shown the scene where he's like it's really hot and it's like he's sweating and then the sweat just like whoop, it just evaporates. Like, it's like oh shit, I cannot even sweat in this room.
Oh, I would say I'm sweating, but I literally cannot.
What's it called? By the way, the fun fact I was about to say, Teno Huerta, he did not know how to swim when they cast him.
What?
He took swimming lessons after they cast him. He didn't know how to
Oh.
swim.
You're telling me
Okay.
Kelvin could have been casted for Namor
I
instead?
could have been casted as Namor. Yeah. They just have to change the whole race from Mesoamericans to Chinese.
I'll just put you on the other side of the ocean, the Pacific part.
Yeah. But I thought it was so funny that he did that and he always thought how to swim and he used floaties at first because he couldn't swim. Like imagine if he still couldn't swim and then they had to CGI floaties out of his arm. And that's why all the focus is on the legs, on the wings of the legs, because they don't want to show the focus on the arms like weird because there's like a weird CGI on the arms part. It's all just zooming on the legs.
I'm just
I
imagining.
mean, they can easily change it to like, oh, this is a Talokan bicep armor.
Look at
they're
the bicep arm.
No, they're
Very
floaties,
specific.
bro. No, they're floaties, but it looks like armor or something.
Alright, yeah, and how about the final scene? The final attack, Wakanda attacking. What's the name? Talokan now. Yeah.
Yes,
Cool.
I thought it was pretty cool that they used the sonic beam thing to disorient them underwater.
Yeah.
as you do
Yeah.
with fish people.
As you do. Yeah, fish people. Uh, Honestly, that throughout that whole thing, it was chaos. There was like a lot of fighting that happened in there, and then the climbing onto the ship thing. That was pretty cool to see. Yeah.
Mhm.
uh,
Yeah, I mean that whole fight is cool with the whole ship and like obviously the Midnight Angels coming in late to save the day in a way, and then like the Iron Heart fighting as well, and then Baku is there as well. And yeah, obviously Shuri has her own motivation trapping Namor in the sauna, and then eventually it crash lands to a desert because Namor uses his spear to destroy the ship. So yeah.
yeah. Namor becomes a grilled fish, almost.
Well, he was in the process of
Um,
grilling.
He's being
Anyway,
dry. He's
the
being dried up.
process.
actually, you should mention the movie is rated like I think it's E for everyone. Right, it's called U in here. Sumwa umur.
PG-13, I think.
Is
Yeah.
it PG-13?
Sue.
Oh,
Sue.
i-
Speed.
like in
Isn't
you say
E
it's a
for everyone? Isn't E for everyone a video game rating?
yeah.
I
I
think
don't know.
so.
That's what I call my hands. These are rated E for everyone. Whatever.
Let me look it
But
up.
no, no. Yeah, no, no. But the thing is, like, I thought, like, because it's just like the movie name, like, it in Indonesia is like small umur, which means all ages, right? But I thought that was kind of brutal in the end, because like when the ship was scuttled, the people fell off and they were being like stabbed and shit while they're
Right.
drowning.
Yeah.
I was like, it's kind
Man,
of a
they
brutal
added.
scene in a way. I mean,
Also,
they added blood.
Yeah,
also
It's
like
not
that
Shuri,
PG-13
sea is the
anymore.
Red Sea.
as
Yeah.
as the Black Panther, Shuri uses her claws more than the other Black Panthers, I think. And there's like a lot of scratching involved with Namor, and I'm like, oh, that hurts. And like she
Man,
ripped
she's
off the
out for
wings,
revenge.
which I don't know
She-
why. It looks I cannot relate. I don't have wings on my ankles, but that
yeah.
sequence looks I feel the pain. I was like, oh, that's so painful. I don't know
I think
what
it's
happened.
equivalent of getting stubbed in the toe or having your toenail ripped out or
I was
something.
thinking more of like you're getting your hair pulled out. I was
On
thinking
your
more
Yeah,
of
and
that.
ankles.
I think
On
it's
your
something to do.
ankles,
I think
yeah.
it has something to do with the ankles too. Because like the ankles is like sort of sensitive, like the whole thing, the scooter bit. If you hit your ankles on a scooter,
Yeah,
it
Scooter
like
scooter
hurts.
ankles.
ankle, yeah.
Like the ankles, like it's very prone to injury. You can sprain it, you can
Yeah, I
hit it,
guess a
like and then,
vibranium like
oh,
claw on your ankles just
yeah. Thinking
Yeah.
about it makes them. I don't like thinking about it makes my ankles like shivers. I don't
man.
like it.
Dude, not to actually come to think of it, not to mention like Namor is covered in seawater and all that, so you get a scratch in seawater. You
Oh,
know
and
how
then
you know how it
salt on
sting
it.
you know how it stings, yeah, you know how
Oh,
it stings, right?
it stings. Yeah, yeah.
You feel uneasy. Is that why he wasn't so much agony when he was fighting? What is it, Shuri?
I guess so. Yeah, he got
It's all
scratched,
just
and
stinging.
then the salt is.
Yeah, just like stinging pain everywhere.
Yeah, that fight
Maybe
that fight
he's
is
used to it.
That fight is brutal, especially like
Yeah, and also especially what happened to Shuri as well. She got
she's
impaled.
he stabs Shuri. Yeah.
It wasn't
Hmm.
just a stab. It went through her and a rock behind her. That's how.
Yep.
The fact that she survived is kind of impressive.
Yeah, it was also like directly to the gut as well.
Yeah, she missed.
Whatever internal organ she got there, it's gone.
Well, if you have the
It's now
Kimoyo
external.
if you have the Kimoyo beat, you will be fine. Because remember, the Kimoyo beat practically is sort of like all healing in a way.
Yeah.
How OP is Kimoyo Beats? Like, can it heal anything?
Everett Ross almost died, and he came back normal in the first one.
What
Yeah.
happened to him?
He got shot, and he got like the bomb thing and got shot in the first film, and then they just used Kimoyo
I
beat,
guess
and he's healed.
I guess
Yeah.
Kimoyo Beats is just hey, whatever you need, Kimoyo Beats.
Kimoyo beats. There we go. Yeah,
Kimoyo Beats, man.
powerful. Yeah.
Diarrhea, Kimoyo Beats. Plug that up.
Wait, you put it up.
Fuck! You put it up. You put it up.
I don't like
Like,
that.
imagine Shuri just saying, "That's not how to use it." Is this part going into the review on how to use Kimoyo beats? No, we don't have to,
I
right?
guess so.
Let's not get to this detail.
Okay.
But you know
There's a lot more.
that fight was brutal. Yeah, she got stabbed, and then obviously the fact that she came back, like Namor obviously seems like it's already winning, about to come to the water, and then like, she just came back and jumped. And then did she do like a Wakanda Forever? Or what did she say? She did something. She did this and said, I just punched my mic. Sorry. She did this and said something, and then like poof, the fire just like burned his back.
Oh, yeah, it activated the thrusters of the airplane and it burned
Yeah,
him.
which is
She did
brutal.
this. Yeah. And she was fine, of course, because she was in vibranium suit.
Yeah. Well, he have the vibranium like.
Yeah, I know, but he's mostly shirtless, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
He needs
Yeah,
to
that
rethink his.
that
He
that
needs a diving suit, honestly. He's
a full suit of
yeah, he needs a full diving suit, honestly.
I mean, if he can't afford it, again, just mineral bottle of water.
Mineral
Mineral
bottle.
water. Mineral water.
Aqua.
What's the equivalent of aqua in the US word?
the Aquafina or Dasani.
Asani,
There you
that's
go. Use
yeah.
use the actress, yeah, Aquafina. Yeah.
Yes, the actress.
Aquafina. Yeah, the actress. The Little Mermaid, yeah.
But you
Oh
know,
my God.
I like that in that sequence where she almost killed Namor, but she like have a not flashback, have a vision of Ramonda, show him who you are, and just yield, and then like that's like a honorable thing to do instead of killing him. I
Yeah.
like that.
When Namor is like slow walking to the sea after thinking he won,
Yeah.
like it didn't occur to me when like after a while after watching the movie, I was thinking like it's kind of like SpongeBob.
Oh my god.
That's
Hey,
kind of
which
like
one?
SpongeBob. I don't know. I
That's
can't
the
pinpoint
movie.
a specific episode, but I just thought of like
Oh,
kind of
yeah,
like
SpongeBob's the
SpongeBob.
movie when he got dried up and he's up in land.
I guess
Yeah, he got
so.
dried up in land. He runs away. What do you think?
David
You thought?
Hasselhoff is gonna come to the rescue to like
Yeah,
he's
David
gonna come like
Hasselhoff
he carries
rescues.
Namor to the
Yeah, he
water.
carried Namor to the water.
He has been in the MCU before. Remember Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2
That's
making
true.
an appearance
Hasselhoff could have
as
appeared.
himself.
Yeah, missed opportunity.
Oh, Hasselhoff carries Namor into the ocean
Oh my god.
Yeah, and just launch him back to the ocean with his packs.
with his specs.
Uh, yeah, that scene is great, and like obviously they came back together. By the way, I don't remember this. They came back together to go to the ship to stop the fight, right?
Yeah.
They were riding on something. What are they
Yeah.
riding on?
It was one of the Wakandan airplanes, the one that can, tilt like this. So it can fly like this.
Didn't it got destroyed because
Oh.
Oh,
Namor
it was
destroyed
something.
it?
It was a.
Oh,
It
it
was
was
a
a different one.
It was a different
A different
airplane.
one.
Oh, it's the other plane. It's the different
Yeah,
looking one.
not the Sauna airplane. Sauna airplane's gone, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
this is a different one.
Yeah, oh yeah, we haven't mentioned it, but the Talokan sign is like that. It's kind of cool. It sort of looked like I guess like a shark's jaw, which is his throne in a way as well.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Right, it's supposed to be his turn. When I saw that, I was thinking of a clam.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, I was thinking of a
It could be a
clam.
clam.
And I saw
It
the
can be
throne.
interpreted as a clam or a shark
Right?
jaw.
Yeah, and I saw the throne and like,
Shark is
oh,
probably
it's a
cool.
shark jaw. Yeah,
Yeah.
nah, clam.
That's the Wakanda form.
Oh, clam.
Clam. Clams
It's a
forever.
clam. Clams forever.
Talokan rice. Which I like that whole ending, and I mean it leads to a prologue. I like the whole prologue of like Namora, like it's like upset that Namor surrenders. Is like, why you show weakness, blah blah blah. And Namor is like, well, it reassure alliance that will allow them to conquer the surface world one day if it ever happens, right? So it's like sort of I like that. He's smart.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
at that moment, like even though he's dried up, he's burned, he's almost dying, but he like is thinking, if I surrender, I get an alliance. So yeah,
that's true. Actually, it makes sense.
yeah.
And I like that he made the painting where just like I'm not sure if it was
with the
him and
panther.
the panther. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's kind of cool. It signifies the alliance.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, and I like that. I mean, Riri Williams come back to MIT. Okoyo saving Ross from captivity. Ross like
Yeah.
scared, like, oh, this is oh, just you,
Oh, it's just
my
actually I
favorite
forgot
colonizer.
that part about Riri is like it's like it's like she just completed a video game tutorial with the best gear available, and then they're like, okay, we have to take it back. Now she has to
Yeah.
start from scratch, from level one again.
She got a car now.
She got a
She got a
car. She got
car.
a
Huh?
cool. She
She
got a
got
cool muscle
a
car.
upgraded car.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
How many classes do you think she missed? How many days
bruh.
did she get
Not
them?
not as much as I've missed classes due to my Monster Hunter gaming. Actually,
The fact that she's
still
that
okay.
the fact that
She's
she's
still
that
okay.
smart and that well,
She
she's
can
not
catch up.
she can catch up and like
She can catch up,
No, man,
honestly.
it's not about losing the studying thing, like getting left behind. It's about missing all the homeworks and tests. That's going to affect
well,
your grade.
she probably failed that semester, but she can just like
Yeah,
redeem
but
it.
she'll just take it
She
again.
just have to pay more.
Yes, sir, yeah.
I'm pretty
Someone
sure she's
like
on a
her is no
scholarship. She's probably on
problem,
a
you know.
scholarship too, so it's like it's fine.
Don't you lose scholarship if you fail some classes?
Oh,
At
I
least
don't
that's
know.
what happened
Maybe
in
that's probably the...
in my university.
Yeah, that's what happened to my friend as well. But I think it's okay. It's just one semester. I think it's like 2 semesters. Then she'll
What
get it
semester?
revoked. Yeah, no
She doesn't
problem.
even need it. She doesn't even need a degree at this point. She's like smart enough to be honest.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Literally,
Yeah,
the government took her weapon that she made for a class. So yeah.
yeah. Like I did that for a science project. What are you talking about?
And look what we did for science project. Freaking plants in bottles.
we weren't
That
we
was
weren't
funny.
bright. We weren't very bright.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway,
Uh,
that sequence. Yeah, they plant more hardship herbs in the end, which I like, obviously, to show that the legacy will go on. That they finally did that, and like M'Baku challenging for the throne.
But who is he challenging?
yeah, I don't get
He was
that.
just by
Right?
himself. Yeah.
Because Shuri is
Self
not even there.
Yeah, Shuri was not even there.
So
Yeah,
Who's he
wrestle.
challenging?
maybe there is someone who wants to be on the throne.
Oh wait, Shuri was never considered like the next leader of Wakanda. She was still referred as princess, even until
Yeah,
very end. What are they gonna have like an entirely new king maybe, and Shuri's just kind of like there?
probably. There's probably gonna be someone who's like. I mean, they cut before he can challenge. So there's probably
Yeah.
gonna be someone who wants to challenge for the throne, maybe.
Like I have a feel like
Yeah.
maybe M'Baku or whoever won is going to be king, but the Black Panther will be Shuri or something.
Black
I don't know.
Panther
Most likely.
Yeah.
Or maybe,
Kinda
or
like-
maybe we'll get 2 Black Panthers.
Yeah, because like in the beginning, when we first see Black Panther in Civil War,
Yeah,
like
Mhm.
his dad was still king, but he was the Black Panther already. Like
that's true.
so,
That's
so it
true,
works. So there's probably maybe M'Baku becomes the next king.
I
I don't
think
mind that. I like him.
if M'Baku becomes the next king, he'll get the hurt, but I don't think he'll call himself a Black Panther. He'll just do his man ape thing.
Yeah.
Which is his comic.
Yeah.
Which is his comic.
Yeah, man ape comic thing. Yeah.
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 Which I wouldn't mind. I like.
Which I wouldn't mind. Yeah, I like.
Man ape looks pretty. In the comics, he looks pretty goofy, but I like M'Baku. So
Yeah, but we like him. Yeah, we love M'Baku.
I want to see more of him. Yeah.
I want to see him eat more carrots. Not
Yes.
shake it
Yeah,
up in the next one. Make him eat corn or something.
Every scene he walks into,
Different
he's
vegetable.
holding a different veggie. It's like
They're gonna run out eventually.
We
yeah.
are vegetarians.
At some point, they'll like bring out the most
A
obscure of
cabbage.
veggie.
No, what's the he'll eat an entire eggplant uncooked when it's still raw.
Oh,
No, it's not even purple yet. The eggplant is still white.
Yeah. And he's just chewing on that like he's gonna chew on a radish, bro.
oh no.
Okay, well, maybe we'll get to that later when there's like Black Panther 3 or something.
Yeah, let's get to that final scene of the film where she goes to Haiti.
Post credit.
Well,
post-credit,
well,
or is it-
the last scene cuts into the post credit, right? To the mid credit.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
so.
it does.
She goes
It's
to
connected,
Haiti, meets Nakia,
Yeah.
and she finally burns the ceremonial robe. And I like that in that sequence, like she visions of like sequence, not visions. I guess there's visions for her, but like for us, like sequence of
Sequence.
T'Challa and like it's
Yeah.
like finally sort of like a farewell as well for us, in a way. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, that sequence was great. I really like that, like the way how she's grieving and everything. Yeah.
Really powerful, yes.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, the post credit is a nice touch, really. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, then we saw young T'Challa. That's
T'Challa
apparently
Jr.
T'Challa Junior,
the
yeah.
son of T'Challa, aka well, his name is Toussaint, but yeah, T'Challa as well.
Tucson.
Nakia
That's
and
his
T'Challa.
Asian
T'Challa
name.
Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah,
T'Challa Junior.
yeah, and like yeah, Nakia turns out to have a child. That's why she didn't go to the funeral. And like Ramonda knows. If you notice, I don't think. Well, we probably didn't notice. Because I saw this. I saw someone point this out. When Ramonda goes to Haiti the first time to recruit Nakia, one of the kids that came when they was playing soccer, right? One of the kids that came to Ramonda was Toussaint.
Oh.
Oh,
So
the one that was like, was it the one that was asking her if she wants to see the headmistress, or is it someone else?
probably, I'm not sure, but
I don't remember.
Toussaint was there. It was very obviously there. I was like, oh, that's cool. Obviously,
Oh wow.
none of us catch that in a moment, but yeah.
But at that point, she already knew that was like her
Well, I don't
grandson,
know.
I guess.
Does she know at that point, or was she told at that point? I guess I don't know.
I think
Um,
she was told before. No, no. I think
before.
she was told before. I think
Before.
I no no. I remember the scene before Namor appeared before Ramonda and what's her name, Shuri.
Uh huh.
Like she was about to say like your brother has a secret, but then it got cut off.
Really?
Yeah,
Huh. Okay.
that's what.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what she said. And I think that was the secret. Is yeah, he has a son.
Huh.
Mm,
Apparently.
Yeah. Okay.
right.
That is a nice touch, and I like that. Shuri is like happy about it. I guess. Yeah.
Mm. So, is there anything else we want to talk about before I jump to the Goose
I don't
review?
like the Goose review. Delete it.
I haven't read it yet.
Um. One thing that we didn't really talk about, one of the new Dora Milajes in a way, the one that she used the
Oh yeah.
daggers,
Wait,
Aneka.
I was gonna ask, was
She's
she
a,
was she did she appear like insignificantly in the previous MCU movies?
nope. This is the first appearance for her.
Yeah, we've never
First?
seen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never
Yeah,
seen, right? Alright.
yeah. And this is the first scene, and like she's like the new recruit, and she's part of the. I guess she's part of the Midnight Angel as well. And yeah,
Oh no,
she's apparently in the relationship with Ayo, right? Which is now the lead of the Dora Milaje after Okoye got stripped
Oh yeah,
with the
yeah.
oh
title.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Alright,
like
yeah.
that.
I don't have much thoughts on her. She's okay, I guess. She could use dagger, which is kinda different.
She cool. Oh yeah,
Here's
I guess
everyone.
one thing that I want to bring up, which I think we glossed over, was I think outside of the action sequence, my favorite sequence is probably that scene where Ramonda confronts Okoye, because that's such a powerful moment to like we already mentioned the speech and everything, but like yeah, the fact that Okoye sides with Killmonger in the first film, and Ramonda is like sort of, oh yeah, that's fine, and yeah, your husband or whatever your former lover is in a place where you can see him, because he mentioned like yeah, you can visit him, so we already give you that. And then obviously she was like, she's the one she begs Ramonda to allow Shuri to come with her to Boston, and then at that point, like she thought Shuri was gone, so like Ramonda is like really, that was like the last of it. It's like yeah, I already gave you everything. I'm forgiving this whole thing, but yeah, you basically you've already failed everything. It's like yep, get out. You're stripped of your title. So yeah, that's like crazy.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright. So we get to Tagu's review now.
let's go.
Alright,
Yes.
Teguh's review for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. I liked the first half-ish a lot. It felt really well done, and even putting aside T'Challa's passing, the action scenes were fun, and I liked the soundtrack. But I didn't really like the latter half when they went full-blown Talokan. Like, I don't know the specific scenes, like when they jumped off the ship, when they jumped off side of the ship to fight the blue people was cool, but the entire sequence was kinda meh? Question mark. Also, does the heart-shaped herb actually let you survive impalement by spear? If it does, okay. If it doesn't, hmm. Dot dot.
I mean, it resurrects people, so
I guess so, yeah. Also, someone tell me how going out to the middle of the ocean where the Talokans are strongest, in a large immobile ship is a strategically better idea than fighting them in Wakanda, or even better, Jabba land with
but it's.
like I know he wrote it, right?
do, you, do you think you think he had a
He
stroke at
wrote,
that moment when he wrote it? Like,
yeah, he did.
With like flamethrowers to evaporate the air. And then the
well,
blue owl
wasn't
suits also
no, just
okay. Oh,
just
what did you
finish the
say?
review first.
Sorry.
Finish the review
The
first, and
blue
then I'll say something.
the blue owl suits also could have been cooler, but I didn't feel like they were. But I didn't feel like they weren't used as much as they potentially could have been on screen. Also, killer whales in rivers? Really? Can they go in fresh water? Pretty sure, or pretty sure blue whale shouldn't be in whatever river the car chase happened to. Yeah.
I think that actually, but that part in
Well,
Chicago, I thought that was part of the
no,
ocean.
that wasn't in Chicago. That was
Was
in
it?
Boston because it was in
Oh,
MIT,
down, oh yeah, in
and
Boston, right? Yeah.
Boston is a coastal town,
Yeah, so I
And
guess that
also
part's gonna
Teguh
make
made
sense.
it
Yeah.
3
so
out of 5.
it's probably
Yeah.
connected.
Yeah.
Yeah. Overall, the good did not like this. He prefers Iron Man 2.
Yeah, I'm looking at the map. I'm looking at the map of Boston. A lot of the rivers are like connected to the ocean. So
Yeah.
Legit. And
So Arik, you play
oh,
strategy game. What do you think of Teguh's complaint about it?
oh,
That they went
wasn't
to
it
the
makes
middle of
sense.
the
Yeah, it
ocean?
is
wasn't
definitely much better. If you have to fight fish people, don't fight them in water. Yeah, no
wasn't the
shit.
whole point of
Yeah.
that is to
What?
avoid casualties with Wakanda? That's
Huh?
why they brought the
Yeah,
battle to them.
But
yeah. Actually, that's true. Though they
I
didn't want
guess so.
casualties. They would have fared better if they fought in Jabari land, but they didn't want to risk the casualties.
But I
Yeah.
feel like they could have picked a different spot. I don't know,
Well,
a more
they want to attract them, right? So
Yeah, I think they just. I think at this point, Shuri just like wants to make a
and like
point.
yeah.
that's why they recreate the machine to the that's why the Talokan came back up because they're like they have another machine again, and then they're like, oh, it's the
Yeah.
Wakandans.
That's it.
Yeah,
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 I agree.
that's fair.
Finding them in the ocean is not the best of
They got a
strategy.
plan. They got a plan. They
fighting them in
want
the ocean
They
was.
almost lose
It's not that
Albert.
good.
what a
No,
grenade.
yeah, the
They
fighting them in the
almost
ocean was
lose.
kind of dumb, but it proved the point. I guess. I guess it just proves that
Yeah.
Wakandans can attack too. Bitch.
Bitch.
Like like at the end, if it wasn't for the truce with Namor, like the people on
All the
the
Wakandans
ship
would
were already
die.
cornered. They were already
Yeah,
cornered, right? Yeah.
yeah.
If it weren't for the truce, Jabari and friends would have, perished.
Jabari and friends. Is that you like shorts?
That should be like
Shorts,
a
Jabari
series.
and friends. Yeah.
Also, I guess real quick, can we talk about the fact that okay, I don't know where Talocan is exactly, right? It's Atlantic Ocean somewhere. I'm assuming it's somewhere near the Gulf of Mexico because that's near the Yucatan area, the Yucatan
Yeah.
land in Mexico. That is like US. The fact that Namor swim all the way from there to Africa, wherever Wakanda is, it's
And
insane.
he swims fast. He got
And like
feathers.
Wakanda is like in the middle of Africa, if I'm not mistaken. So he had to swim through small rivers. Because it's not directly connected to the
As he
ocean.
do.
Yeah.
What the
I'm trying to find out where Wakanda is, but it's according to the maps, it's like completely landlocked.
Right?
Yeah.
Even though I guess in the movie, whenever they fly,
Yeah.
they go past the water. There's a water drumstick. They pass
I
the
mean,
body
yeah,
of
I mean,
water
they
somewhere.
probably swam through the rivers and stuff, which, yeah,
Imagine,
no, I don't think killer
maybe,
whales can do that.
maybe he swam through the sewers.
yeah, it's in,
Swam.
if like based on the map, based on the Civil War map, I think it's like between Uganda and Kenya.
Yeah, yeah.
Which I guess there is a small body of water there, Lake Victoria or whatever. But you just imagine, imagine like a fisherman, like a non-Wakandan fisherman, like a Ugandan fisherman, just fishing, and then they see a guy swimming in the river. Like, what the hell?
That's how you create folklore, Albert.
Oh, the cuckoo connoisseur. Oh.
How is he here? We are in Africa.
Dev.
But yeah,
Yeah,
he,
I
he
think
gave
that's
three.
pretty
He
much
gave
it.
three. He gave 3 out of 5. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go around. Teguh gave it 3 out of 5. I gave it a 4 out of 5. Ariq, I haven't heard your ratings yet, I think.
It was four
I
out of
forgot
five.
at
Yeah.
least. Oh yeah, 4 out of 5.
We all
Yeah.
we all gave it 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I also gave it a 4 out
Right,
of 5.
Alright, yeah. Yeah, pretty much that. So that's our review
Huh.
for what is it, Albert?
I'm reading the Wikipedia. Trevor Noah is the voice of the AI. I didn't know that. Cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fun.
Yeah.
What's the name again of the AI?
Griot.
Grio. Grio, I think it
Grio.
is.
Griot.
Yeah,
Grio.
Grio. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so I guess that's that for our spoiler review on Black Panther Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
Solid movie, I think, yeah. So I guess just let's plug, I guess. I'll plug Teguh real quick. You can find Teguh at TG22399 on Instagram and on Twitter at Tegidu. Ariq.
Who's selling baso outside your house anyway? Um,
Sorry,
you can
man.
find me on Instagram at Ariq Andria. You can find me on Letterboxd at Ricky Doo.
Yeah, and you guys can find me Kelvin on Instagram at KYH27 and Disco Monkey on Letterboxd and YouTube. Albert.
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Wiradharma, and you can find me on YouTube, this YouTube channel, Joe Movies, obviously, as well as Letterboxd Joe Movies as well. So there you go.
And yeah.
And yeah, follow the Councilmen on all of our socials, Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd at Councilmen Show. You can also send us an email, councilmenshow@gmail.com. If you want to tell us your thoughts on the film, you can either leave it in the comment section below. Obviously, if you're watching the video, if you're listening on the audio podcast, reach out to us either on Instagram, on Twitter, or even if you have Letterboxd, you can comment on our Letterboxd review. Or yeah, just send us an email. We would love to hear your thoughts. So yeah. And subscribe to the Councilmen on all podcast platform, Apple, Spotify, Castbox, wherever. We're everywhere. The
Yep.
one and only Councilman. If there is another Councilman, they're a fraud.
And I guess we got merch if you want to get merch, but you know, it's fine if you don't. Yeah, not forcing you. Reverse psychology. No. Alright, yeah, so that's that. And I guess, yeah, with that, the councilman has spoken. And we'll see you in the next one? Next episode? Next episode, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.